Hello and welcome to the Alliance for Democracy's The Populist Dialogues. Our program promotes progressive, populist perspectives on the issues of the day. The Alliance for Democracy is dedicated to ending corporate domination, creating a just society based on an equitable, sustainable economy. Our guest today is, well, due to scheduling difficulties, we don't have a guest today. So I looked back at old programs and found our only music program, produced in 2013 with Tom Nielson. Tom is a progressive populist folk singer with songs like Corporations Are People and These Colors Don't Run the World. His music is just as current today as it was in 2013. So here's Tom.
Corporations are human, I just found out. What being human is all about. Citizens United, ancestral line. Their corporate gene is different from mine. Yeah, the science is in, there's nothing to doubt. Never get cancer, gonorrhea, or gout. Encephalitis, cystitis, neuropathy, colitis, hepatitis, A, B, and C, nephrosis, sclerosis, and heart disease, halitosis, cirrhosis, and a pair of bad knees. They don't need a dentist or protection with sex, and they live forever, it's not that complex. Corporations are human, I just found out what being human is all about. Citizens United, ancestral line. Their corporate gene is different from mine. People have faces and socks in a drawer. Corporations are faceless here and offshore. If you think corporations bought free speech before, now that they're human, they'll buy even more. Yeah, their money has free speech, to me quite a shock. 'Cause I never heard my money talk. When a corporation has colonoscopy, then I'll believe they're human like me. Well, thank you for that intro, David. Yes, it's true. I was born and raised on a dairy farm where we had more cows than people. Everybody milked cows where I grew up. We had 3-generation household. My grandfather worked from 11 at night to 7 in the morning in the factory down the road, which was the largest employer in the community, and then came home and did the farming, and I always wondered when that man slept. And he's dead at 54. A lot of the men died young. And there are no more cows left in Sandhill. 4 o'clock in the afternoon, the border collies call. Martin's on his John Deere, Jimmy's yelling his caboose. Barn doors open up for Holsteins, each one knows her place. Catch your tail with dried manure, whisk across your face. Catch your tail with dried manure, whisk across your face. Music on the radio plays a country tune, and rhythm with the milking machines and sweeping with a broom. We put in hay till midnight so we could beat the rain. This farm farm is family, don't know no other name. This farm is family, don't know no other name. They brought the bulk tank and the corporation truck, and one by one the creameries in all the towns dried up. The GLF, Esso station, and the general store, and the D&H hauling freight don't stop here anymore. The D&H hauling freight don't stop here anymore. I watch our fields go to 4-lane highways and mobile homes. The kids don't see no future, and we're gone before we're grown. Can't imagine what the cost, how to measure what we've lost. When our fields go to 4-lane highways and mobile homes, go to 4-lane highways and mobile homes. A swimming hole at Lover's Lane, where we used to go to take a dip, for hanging out, or to watch a campfire glow. There's posted signs in our face. Don't these people know how to live in a place and not shut off the flow? Don't let our fields go to 4-lane highways and mobile homes, parking lots and fast food spots and another banker's loan. Can't imagine what the cost, how to measure what we've lost. When our fields go to 4-lane highways and mobile homes, go to 4-lane highways and mobile homes. Late night at the factory can run a farmer down. Milking cows and growing crops is full time all around. Working hard to build a home is what these farming folk have known, till you find them in the sandhill cemetery ground. Till you find them in the sandhill cemetery ground. Don't let our fields go to 4-lane highways and mobile homes. Shopping malls, can we stop the wall from taking what we own? Can't imagine what the cost, how to measure what we've lost. When our fields go to 4-lane highways and mobile homes, go to 4-lane highways and mobile homes. So when I graduated from college in 1970, I knew in no way could I go and support this war effort in Southeast Asia. And what Dave said is true. I felt I did have more in common with Vietnamese farmers and with the Wall Street brokers, and I went to South America. And even though I was a history major and I thought I knew a lot about the world, it was leaving the country, which was probably the most important decision I ever made in my life. And it opened up the world to me. It taught me an enormous amount about the world, and it also taught me an enormous amount about the United States. There's a drone in the air in Pakistan. Paramilitaries on Columbia Plan. Samsara, we was hanging from a crane. Shell and Chevron in Oconee Domain. Rahm Emanuel can bully junior senators to vote for war in Afghanistan. And Gates and Clinton can rattle their sabers to make combat with Iran. Oh, you can feel how you will every time you see old these colors don't run. These colors don't run. These colors don't run the world. Obama says we've lost South America, but I can still find it on a map. He says we need 20,000 mercenaries so we can occupy Iraq. You can blockade the people of Cuba. You can blockade information flow. You can bomb Vietnam to the Stone Age and torture in Guantanamo. And you can feel how you will every time you see old glory unfurl. But these colors don't run. These colors don't run. These colors don't run the world. You can build a wall on the border with Mexico, build another in Palestine, build a wall in the minds of our people while the truth you undermine. You can love this country or leave it. You can wave the red, the white and blue. You can get child labor with Walmart, and when you wear those Nike shoes, and you can feel how you will every time you see old glory unfurled. But these colors don't run. These colors don't run. These colors don't run the world. Contras kill civilian populations, destroy their clinics and their schools, their cropland and water systems, till we decide which Samosa rules. You can say they hate our freedoms, but look at the damage that we've done to get every precious metal and fossil fuel and their labor under our thumb. You can feel how you will every time you see old glory unfurled. But these colors don't run. These colors don't run. These colors don't run the world. Yeah, these colors don't run. These colors don't run. These colors don't run the world. So the great thing about leaving the country was that it opened up the world. And after South America, where I was from 70 to 74, I went to West Africa, and then later to East Africa. I worked in Europe for a while. And in the dozen-odd years I have been out of the States, largely in the ploy of the U.S. government and the UN, the one thing that I have learned is the greatest fear our government has is the fear of the truth. Used to be our enemies had a piece of land, like with oil in Iraq, pipeline in Afghanistan. Indians and Mexicans brought up cavalry, 'cause they were in the way of manifest destiny. Guatemala has bananas, Somalia has oil, Venezuela has democracy that we want to spoil. Cuba has cigars and drums, Filipino sugar cane. Colombia has the isthmus and some kilos of cocaine. But now our enemies are seizing us. They tell the truth and that's serious. It's adversity, it's mockery, insurgency, hostility, but mostly White House social pathology. Daniel Ellsberg was once the most dangerous man, foretelling the truth about the war in Vietnam. And Bradley Manning's murder footage was too graphic. Of U.S. conduct clearly sociopathic. Edward Snowden told us all what we already knew, that the NSA is taking notes on everything we do. Is it worse that they're spying or covered up when lying with their files on where we go and with whom? It's called whistleblower and everybody should be knowing about corruption, waste and abuse. Transparency is treasonous, democracy is dangerous. It's a crime to tell the truth. Kiriakou finger Brennan for torture in Guantanamo. Tom Drake, the NSA, for $1 billion a dough. Bradley Manning's murder footage was too graphic. Of U.S. conduct clearly sociopathic. It's whistleblower and everybody should be knowing about corruption, waste and abuse. Transparency is treasonous, democracy is dangerous. It's a crime to tell the truth. I was on the road in Buffalo on my way to Canada to go to a gig in Detroit. Seems they had me in a file as long as a quarter mile about the songs I sing and every joint. They took my passport, put my truck in detention, and submitted me to interrogation. I escaped captivity, now only outlaws will be free, living outside the law, in and out of this nation. It's called whistleblowing, everybody should be knowing about corruption, waste and abuse. Transparency is treasonous, democracy is dangerous. It's a crime to tell the truth. Transparency is treasonous, civil liberties are dangerous. It's a crime to tell the truth. I'm asked frequently to write songs for people. A lot of environment work, a lot of peace and justice groups. And last year I was asked to write a song about military veterans in VA hospitals who were discriminated against because they did not put on their intake form a religious designation. Some of them might put non-theist or atheist, and because of that, they felt that they were slighted from bedside care at these hospitals. So this humanist group that invited me to do a show asked me if I would do a song for these veterans. They sent me letters that the veterans had written to the VAs. They sent me letters that the families had written, and from that I came up with this song. My name is Jim Barney, I served in the Army at Utah, come under attack. And it never mattered what I believed, my platoon knew I had their back. For 40 years I taught bio and chem, coaching baseball was my job. But I couldn't teach Boy Scouts astronomy, 'cause I didn't believe in God. But don't believe in God. I can't teach the constellations if I don't believe in God. I can't play among the stars if I don't believe in God. I'm a danger to the boys, can't give any merit badges if I don't believe in God. My name is Bill Davy, I served in the Navy, caught up in that Vietnam fight. And I know we shouldn't have been over there, but I did what I thought was right. And I saved the life of a sailor as those waves come over the rail. And it never mattered what I believed when I delivered your mail. But if if I don't believe in God. No one comes my way. When I'm dying of cancer at the local VA, there were priests and ministers, imams and rabbis all coming to pray. But the chaplain must think I'll be burning in hell for what he had to say. There were Lutheran and Catholic clerics to comfort the Nazis at Nuremberg. But atheist memories never were honored in any words I ever heard. We died in your wars, suffer PTSD and addictions all the same. Give us a treatment program that isn't in God's name. No help for the heathen, no prayers at my bed, no stairway to heaven. What the chaplain said, no God in my foxhole, no Lord at my side, no bedside manner when the secular humanist died. No God in my foxhole, no Lord at my side, no bedside manner when the secular humanist died. Thank you very much.
Good. Thank you, Tom. Yeah, we really appreciate you being here, and it was great. We've been listening to the music of progressive populist folk singer Tom Nielson. If you like his music, please visit his website at www.tomnielson.com. Have you missed one of our programs? Want to watch it again or suggest it to friends? Well, you can do that, as all our Populist Dialogue programs are saved to our webpage. Visit www.populistdialogues.org to visit past programs, or in viewing a program to sign up on our YouTube Populist Dialogues channel to receive notification when a new program is added. Thank you for watching. I hope we'll see you again next week. Bye.
I'm Barbara Roberts. I was governor of Oregon in the 1990s. At that time, special interests were already part of the lawmaking process. However, these days, thanks to the overreaching of the U.S. Supreme Court, any limitations on money and political influence are gone. Corporations and the very rich are threatening to eliminate the role of ordinary Americans in the governing of our nation. With the devastating impact of the court's decisions, critical issues such as climate change, pay equity, criminal justice reform, gun violence, and immigration policy remain unaddressed, buried under the opposition dollars and huge corporate influence. The openness and fairness demanded by our political process can be restored if we stand together to reject a system of money first. We must attack this problem at its root. That means an amendment to our U.S. Constitution. We need to say corporations are not people and money is not speech. The language of this proposed amendment is forthright and unambiguous. An effort launched by Move to Amend presents it clearly. A 28th constitutional amendment. Corporations are not people, and money is not speech.